Borderlands 4 has more Easter eggs and references than you could ever imagine. So today, I'm gonna show you 35 of them, starting with the Claptrap Batman. Because during one of the side quests late in the story, you could call in Claptrap for some help with the clap signal.
Oh, Claptrap the Mighty, hear my call.
Now look, I know we couldn't get the real Batman in Borderlands, but I think the last thing we'd all want is Claptrap as our last hope. And if you're lucky enough, you might be able to grab this legendary pistol during your playthrough known as the Noisy Cricket. No description or abilities on this thing other than a single quote.
I feel like I'm gonna break this damn thing.
Yes, this weapon is taken directly from Men in Black when Will Smith is given this tiny gun called the Noisy Cricket, although it does pack a punch.
Get down!
And did you know the exact same knockback happens when you shoot it in Borderlands? Borderlands 4 references another cult classic in a way that 99% of players completely missed. During the No Place Like Home side quests, you'll fight a bunch of generic enemies, but keep an eye out because one of them drops a quest keycard that most people just pick up and then don't look twice at. Well, take a moment to read it, and the description of the keycard says, "Oh my god, it even has a watermark," which fans of American Psycho will love.
Let's see Paul Allen's card. Oh my god, it even has a watermark.
Keeping with tradition, all the way in the advanced audio settings, at the bottom, you'll discover the Claptrap option. And yes, he does react to you turning him down.
Psych! Say psych! Help! I'm being silenced! You're just jealous!
So what happens when you turn him back up?
Claptrap supremacy!
This is one of the best running jokes in Borderlands, that Claptrap is just unbearably annoying to the point where even the NPCs around the map have debates about it.
I don't want to sound hyperbolic, but he is the literal worst robot ever.
What's so bad about him?
His expressionless face, his one giant eye, his awful, terrible, annoying voice, not to mention all the crap he says with his voice.
Yeah, they literally roast him the same way actual players have for the past 15 years. And if we're speaking about tradition, there's always one Easter egg you're guaranteed to find in a new Borderlands game. In the past, the devs have hidden Tannis in the craziest areas, and she always shows up riding a fish. Well, I'm pleased to confirm this is also in Borderlands 4. If you head to this location on the map, you'll discover multiple barrels, and by shooting them in the order of corrosive, cryo, fire, lightning, and radiation, you'll get an incredible show. It also wouldn't be Borderlands if there wasn't a reference to a YouTuber. Because over in Plungeford, if you go into the tallest building, you can discover one of these rooms has a strange shrine. All that's in here is the letters JP on the wall and a bathtub full of drinks. Turns out this is actually an Easter egg belonging to a streamer called It's Me JP, and he has a running joke where he comes up with an idea for a terrible business called Tub Grub.
Dodger, we need to sell you on Tub Grub. Well, it's my business.
Is it a business that puts grubs in tubs?
Maybe.
Yeah, looks like this joke company is actually real in the Borderlands world. What about the secret trick to earn legendaries that also harbors an insane movie reference? Well, Moxie's Bar has it all. Once you've unlocked this area, you can head to the counter and look at the tip jar. You could either donate $100 for a wee tiny tip or a whole 1,000 for a big old tip. And if you give Moxie enough of the big tips, she'll reward you with a legendary item for dirt cheap. Now there's only a handful of item types she'll give you, so you can't just spam this over and over again because you'll just get the same weapons. But one of them is this, the cold shoulder assault rifle. And in the description it says, "You've been smooching with everybody." The craziest part is it's a direct quote from Home Alone 2.
I'm afraid you're mistaken, sir.
Don't give me that. You've been smooching with everybody.
Now, did you know there's an entire town in Borderlands 4 dedicated to roasting a game developer? Because in the top left of the map, you can find a place named Embracer's Bluff. It's a completely rundown village with constant monster attacks, people living in poverty, and right in the center, a single building dedicated to the king. We'll go inside and you'll discover a single dude living in luxury, chilling in his tub with a crown on the side and explicit toys on the nightstand. The entire place is designed to make fun of a company known as the Embracer Group. They bought Gearbox, the Borderlands developers back in 2021, and it was a total disaster. Embracer are infamous in the gaming industry for buying as many companies as possible, having a $2 billion blunder, and then laying off everyone and shutting down studios like the Saints Row developers. So everyone knows they straight up suck, and after this disaster, Embracer sold Gearbox to Take-Two for half the price. So not only does this explain the town's name, it also explains why everyone is rummaging through the huge trash pile in the middle. It's a pretty good metaphor for Embracer's business model. The CEO of Gearbox himself admitted the story of Borderlands 4 is inspired by Embracer's fascism and zero freedom. And it gets even more obvious when you talk to this NPC and hear,
See, cutie? I can tell you stories about these and the townsfolk too.
if you recognize her, we'll get back to that in a second because there's an even better character hiding in Borderlands 4. If you played the pre-sequel, you might remember the legendary Dunks Watson.
Dunks Watson has jumped so high, he broke Elvis's gravitational pull.
Well, it wasn't long before he was spotted in Borderlands 3 still flying through space. Now, it has been over 11 years since Dunk started this insane journey, and I'm pleased to tell you he is hiding in Borderlands 4. During the Welcome to the Jam side quest, you could probably already tell from the name it's a Space Jam reference, if you see where I'm going here. At the very end of this 10-minute quest, this happens.
Boom, shakalaka.
This is Penelope Streams interviewing Dunks Watson on the completion of his multi-decade Slam and Jam. Dunks, your thoughts?
I've seen things you wouldn't believe. I floated for years in space, all but dead. Just barely alive enough to do exactly what I needed to do. I promised I would slam and jam, and that is what I have done. And now, it's time to go.
If Dunk's presence didn't make you feel lucky enough, maybe a legendary weapon will, and one of the guns you could get is this, the Sideshow. This gun has the secret juggler ability, where keeping items in the air will refill your ammo. Not to mention, your gunshots make the dink sound made by those carnival pellet guns. This is where things kind of move away from being family friendly in the Breeding Daisies side quest. In this area, you can help out a local farmer with his farm, until you realize this place is called the Hump Hut. Once you get 2 threshers for him, he asks you to put on jazz music and watch the magic happen.
Listen now, those soulful cries, that potent grinding of loins. Glad I got a camera in there recording it, for research.
Okay, so nature's, it's beautiful, right? On the bright side, after witnessing that abomination, you get an equally silly helmet for your Vault Hunter, letting you wear a Thresher sock puppet on your head. Now that my eyes are burned, one of my favorite low-key Easter eggs is at Shammy Shack. This guy is just a strange side character who makes moonshine. But take a look at his place, and one of the decorations is this, a license plate saying Red Rum, of course a reference to The Shining.
Red rum.
Although not even Jack Torrance is as crazy as Skeptical Sam, a guy you could bump into at Cuspid Climb. Because before you even enter, you'll see signs like no rounders allowed.
You know Kairos is as flat as a flitter, don't you? It's a settled fact.
This 30-minute long side quest will drive you insane, as you get any lengths possible to prove this guy that the planet isn't flat, and he brings up conspiracy theories that sound all too familiar.
What we got here is a current and accurate model of our very own pita-shaped planet.
There. Look out at that wide vista. Don't see a lick of curvature, do you? Just proper, proven flatitude.
When you finally send up balloons into orbit and get pictures proving the planet is round, he has a classic response you'd expect.
What do you know? Looks like I've been right the entire time, per usual.
It certainly is a lovely picture. I mean, most fakes don't have this much detail.
Now, while Sammy and his all too realistic conspiracy theories may annoy you, this quest has a secret ending that no one knows about. Usually, you would get on this platform and fly away, but what if you're on the platform with him?
Good gracious! Ah!
Stubborn to the end. Bon voyage, bud. I won the bet, by the way.
Well, the platform keeps going until it gently lands in a secret area with a chest.
Terminal velocity, I guess. Rest in peace, buddy. Oh, that feels nice.
Now, earlier I told you about Embracer's Bluff, and you probably remember the talking toilet. Well, this is actually Genevieve, a boss from Borderlands 3. And once Claptrap visits her, they even bring up the events of the last game.
Genevieve? Wow! Have you lost weight? Genevieve's a combat AI with an extreme thirst for blood. She tried to kill me once.
I wasn't trying to just kill you. I was trying to kill everyone on board Sanctuary 3. And just for that, you sucky idiots uploaded me into this and shot me into space.
Yeah, in perfect Borderlands fashion, one of the main bosses from the franchise is now reduced to a talking toilet side quest. I love it. In fact, later on in the quest, you get to watch Claptrap and Genevieve flirt so much, it just gets uncomfortable. I mean, I guess watching a couple argue is just as awkward. So while you're running around the map, try and listen to psycho conversations before you attack, because you might hear secret gems like this one.
Stop running that! Hate yourself! You have me! I'm self-employed! You don't know me at all!
I know you're a liar! Your profile picture, but you only have two!
The worst part is, if you walk in on their argument, they'll involve you in it.
Go away! Opening the relationship will not anything!
We are not looking for a third, and we do not like your vibe!
Heading back to some classic references, did you know there's a weapon skin in Borderlands 4 called the Itty Bitty Kitty Committee? If you've heard the phrase or simply watch Chappelle's show, you know exactly what it's talking about.
Then I thought, am I getting bridesmaids? Starting an itty bitty committee.
Oh!
If you're further into the game, you might have stumbled across the Vend of the Line side quest. This is one of the best side missions in the whole game because it lets you get a legendary weapon for $1. However, there is an Easter egg hiding in here that players just totally missed. While doing the steps to unlock the legendary vending machine, you gotta turn on the power to one of them, and next to it is this jukebox. You see, this music only plays during the quest, you can't hear it in the open world, and it's actually a song from Borderlands the Pre-Sequel's DLC pack, the same one that's become notorious for getting stuck in people's heads. An Easter egg everyone can understand is hiding in your cosmetics locker, because turns out you can unlock the Vault Hunter's Choice Award skin for your character and your Echo robot, and if you couldn't tell from the name alone, this is an obvious reference to the Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Awards, and it's why equipping it will show you covered in slime. They even went and parodied the Nickelodeon logo. In fact, just by exploring the map, you could easily come across some hidden messages left behind by a rogue developer. There are a ton of terminals in this game, and just by getting close enough to read them, you can make out the words, "I don't know what I'm doing here." Tabbing in looks like code, doesn't it? Fake coding like a god, LOL, hello world, Cody McCode face code programming. I was gonna use a website to fake this fake coding, but I was worried about IP. Pi equals 3.14, pi equals cake, fight me, I would like to thank my wonderful family and my cats, blah blah blah, lorem ipsum, etc. I'm halfway through and I am running out of things to type. How are you? I hope you are well. It is warm here right now. I need more stuff to type. Coding, hello, hey, hola, hi, random symbols, end of line. So yeah, you can find that. It's not the only way the devs have had fun while making this game. If you look in the skill tree for Vex, you can find an Easter egg to one of the best singers in the world. This is the shot to go ability, and in the description it says RELOAOD. Who pulls off a better outfit, Chapel Roan or Claptrap in a bikini? Yeah, you heard me. Over at the very first safe house you capture, there are tons of pictures of Claptrap at the beach on the walls, and yeah, he's actually wearing that. You could look away now. There's an Easter egg that only has a tiny chance of appearing, because while you're fighting the Order forces, almost all of them are called some form of Watchmen. Except, there's a very slim chance that one of these guys could be renamed to Overwatchman. Very funny, Gearbox. It seems to be so rare that it's only happened to me once in over 30 hours of playing. Speaking of rare secrets, did you know that a ton of weapons have a small chance of getting a unique reload animation? Like this gun, which usually reloads like this, but after dozens and dozens of attempts, even when you're not playing Borderlands, secrets can still happen to you. Like if you're AFK in a safe house, NPCs will start doing strange things like infinite jumping jacks. They could also just straight up start dancing without a care in the world. Speaking of dancing, fans are doing a ton of that back in the Jackpot DLC for Borderlands 3 because this had a side character named Digby Vermouth who created jazz music. Well, turns out you can still hear his songs from the old games, like when you turn on the jukebox before, you know, that mission.
Jazz? Really? Whatever floats their boats.
And then also during a different side quest, you'll hear Moxie name drop him.
Or we can install her in the sound system and hope the pleasing sounds of Digby Vermouth sweeten her tune.
No, please! Anything but new jazz synth pop!
A much more popular artist is Earth, Wind, and Fire, and that's why you can find this legendary class mod in game called Fiery Elementalist with the description. I also love how even some of the smallest side quests are worth looking at. Like before accepting the survey drones task, where you'll see a reference to Star Wars saying, "Are these the drones you're looking for?"
These aren't the droids you're looking for.
These aren't the droids we're looking for.
Make sure to keep an eye on your skill tree while playing because there's even more incredible secrets depending on your character. For the Exo Soldier, you can equip Devil May Care instead of Devil May Cry, and there's a whole tier dedicated to stock market jokes like Diamond Hands, Shock Market, Blowout, and Liquidation. If you're a true collector though, you can discover one of the 200 bobbleheads around the map, all based on Marcus from the franchise. Apparently, there's a reward for finding them all, but even Randy Pitchford doesn't think you could pull it off because they're so well hidden. If you want the easiest and fastest ways to get guaranteed legendary weapons, well, all you gotta do is type in a shift code for a golden key. And if your level is high enough, you could rake in the loot. Here are 2 codes on screen right now that you can redeem in game. You are welcome. That moves us to Idolator's Noose. You can sometimes overhear psychos mourning the guy who is buried here.
Everyone was touched by Gut Punch. Each of us, at one point or another, shoved the Gut Punch fingers out of our forearms and faces. Do not be sad, Gut Punch is over. Be happy that Gut Punch. Gut Punch.
Sure sounds like Gut Punch was a cool guy, so it's a shame we'll never get to meet him. It's been Tommy, keep it here on T5G.